Hello and welcome to season 2 of Inside Culture. I am your host, Melody Thomas. And you know what? What's the best way to start off season 2? But right here in Beterverwagting, which is the home of HGPTV and the home of Inside Culture. But hold on a minute, I'm not riding solo this season. I have a partner in crime and a partner in vibes. Welcome NEB592, also known as Nevs.
That's right, my people, we are here and I'm super thrilled and excited to be a part of Inside Culture Season 2. And what better place to do it than right here in BV, a place that is not only a backdrop, you guys, it's a place known for a lot of creatives, a lot of artists, and a lot of trailblazers coming out of this village. So we're definitely happy to be here with you for Inside Culture.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a look around BV, get to know a bit more about the culture, about the environment and the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, my Guyanese people, welcome to Inside Culture Season 2.
Along the east coast of Demerara lies the historic village of Beterverwagting, better known as BV. A village built on the strength of its people, BV stands as a living testament to resilience, unity and the pursuit of progress. Beterverwagting's story began in the early 19th century when it was a sugar plantation under the British colonial rule. But in 1839, just 1 year after the abolition of slavery, a group of freed Africans made history. With their hard-earned savings, they purchased this land, laying the foundation for one of Guyana's most prominent villages. This moment marked the start of the village movement, as freed people took ownership of their futures one piece of land at a time. Over the decades, BV evolved into a thriving community. Agriculture, trade, and education flourished, and the village became a hub of intellectual and cultural growth. The people of BV have always been forward thinkers, shaping the course of history in more ways than one. Today, BV continues to make history as the home of HGPTV, Channel 16, one of Guyana's leading television networks, keeping viewers informed, entertained, and connected to the pulse of the nation. It is also the base of Inside Culture, a platform dedicated to highlighting Guyanese and Caribbean creativity, from music and fashion to entrepreneurship and the arts. Together, these media powerhouses make BV a centre for storytelling, innovation and cultural expression, giving voices to emerging talent and amplifying the village's rich heritage. From its origins as a village of freed Africans to its present-day role in media and culture, Beterverwagting remains a symbol of progress. It is a village of history, of leaders, of innovation, a place where the past, present and future walk hand in hand. Beterverwagting, where legacy meets opportunity and where the spirit of its founders continues to inspire generations to come.
We are here in BV, and of course, we've got one of the residents, a very popular figure among these parts, goes by the name of Onyx Duncan. And we're just going to be having a few words with Mr. Duncan today. Let us know, who is Onyx Duncan?
Onyx Duncan. First of all, I am a citizen of Guyana that loves and cherish everything that we do here as Guyanese. I want to see Guyana to go places, not only regionally, but internationally. But other than that, I'm a politician at heart. You know, I fight for change, justice, whether that change is, and once that change is good, I fight for it. And I believe that change must come, and that when it comes, everybody must benefit from that change.
Awesome, awesome. As a resident of BV, what does this community mean to you, Onyx?
Well, I grew up in Beterverwagting, and I've seen Beterverwagting from a small age, knowing it as, you know, the cleanest, because we were like, Beterverwagting was like the first constituency or the first village, I should say, that really contributed to the estates that we have in Gaisuku there. And the conservancy was one of the first conservancy built that, you know, provided water and every irrigation and drainage to that conservancy. And I just want to say this too. This village, Beterverwagting, was bought from Baron van Groeningen by 62 former slaves. One of the first villages bought by former slaves. And knowing that history is something that I keep close to me, because anybody could have done anything, and 62 former slaves buying a village and calling it their own, is something that, you know, touches me in a stronger way, so that I know that when I do something, I want to do it just as a representation of what they did, you know, knowing that today's village was bought by slaves, and I want it to be more than that.
Yeah, definitely. BV is, in fact, one of the first villages bought by African slaves.
Former slaves.
Post-emancipation.
Yes.
So yeah, we're definitely happy that you would have mentioned that.
Yeah.
And what inspired you to get into politics and community service?
From a tender age, when I was looking at the entire scene of what is happening in our, you know, our country, Guyana, I felt, you know, when I was in school, I knew that there has to be something that needed to be changed, and youth change is one of those changes.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling, can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa.
Say goodbye to germs with a free Sterling Super Soap automatic dispenser. That's right, get free equipment and installation of our touch-free dispenser. The perfect amount of soap every time ensures clean and germ-free hands. Refilling is quick and easy with 4 amazing fragrances: coconut, sunflower sunrise, pink blossom, and citrus zest. Call us on 265-7403.
Here at Kissoons, it's our aim to help you get that good night's sleep with our line of foam products, from mattresses in all sizes, memory foam pillows, therapeutic and contour pillows, orthopedic back and neck cushion, hospital and custom mattresses too. Shop in store today. Kissoons Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
So being a resident of BV for pretty much your entire life, how would you say BV has changed over the course of time?
I just want to say this, a lot of our residents probably migrated from Beterverwagting. That's probably one of those changes, because I recently visited Beirut, and a lot of our Baronians are in Beterverwagting. That's probably one of the changes. People migrated because of different relationships and stuff like that, and then we started getting new people. But other than that, infrastructurally, we have seen new roads. We have seen a better supply of water, because I could remember when I was in a tender age, I had to go into LBI to fetch water with buckets. And, you know, growing up, that was very tough for me, because I had to do that morning and afternoon. But that is one of those changes that we saw in the village. Keeping the canals clean was another change, but then over time, it started to get back to the same way that we've seen it before. And that has impacted lives pretty much differently in this part of our country.
Tell us a bit about what opportunities are available for young people in BV in terms of education, jobs, and skills training, for example.
So that's one of the battling things that we have here in Beterverwagting. And I feel it's very much, while we want to highlight BV as a good place, we battle with, stuff like that, educational programs and skill training for persons in Beterverwagting. There's not much that is being done in that perspective. And I think we need to do more. There needs to be more groups set up so that they can be able to educate our youth so that they don't go out to other villages or go to GTI. Because sometimes, the cost of traveling from East Coast to BV might be very much difficult for parents. And, there's a challenge in that aspect. So we need to do more in that aspect of getting kids involved, youths involved in educational training in this village.
Indeed, indeed. And what advice do you have for young people in BV who may want to get involved in leadership and community service?
I feel as though our generation feels as politics and leadership is some sort of victimization. I just want to say that it isn't. It is a step for you to put yourself in a better position, put the next generation in a better position, put your families in a better position because your voice is being heard. You need to step forward. If you don't step forward, we'll have people that, are around centuries and still want to give their input. If you don't give your input, then we will not be able to see how impactful your input can make and change the lives of persons. So you need your voice and you need to step forward with your voice.
That's right. Step out with your voice, my youth. Just a few more questions, Onyx.
Sure.
BV has undoubtedly a strong cultural heritage. Now, how do you think the community can preserve and celebrate its history?
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. So I know around emancipation, we probably is the village that is most into majorette. I don't know if you know majorette and the old emancipation thing of the procession of going around and the groups dancing on the streets with the drums and all these different things. So I feel as though more education in that aspect in regards to what it is, because there's a lot of villages that don't do these things, and there's a lot of villages and villagers that, is not really into these things. And we want more people to be more aware of their cultural aspect when it comes to these things.
Where do you see BV in the next 10 years?
In the next 10 years? This is a difficult question. And that's a difficult question because in order for...
Where do you hope to see BV in the next 10 years?
That's a better question. That's a better question. I think where I see BV in the next 10 years, once systems are put in place for persons to be able to educate themselves better in the village, we can be able to have leaders, because I just want to also make note of this, that we are the village that's the first woman GDF officer to climb Mount Everest came from Beterverwagting.
Wow.
So these are things that people are not educated about and, should be proud of, and people should come forward and, make this an example to say to girls, you can go to GDF, you can also represent Beterverwagting and, do this as a woman officer, right? So in order for us to move forward and in order for us to be in a better place, we need to be more educated historically. And once that is done, Beterverwagting can evolve into things of greatness, into lots of greatness.
Yes, and in closing, Mr. Duncan, what message do you have for the people of BV about unity and development?
I'm glad you asked that question. Let me say this. BV is a village, and anybody could tell you this, that almost everybody is a family. Like, I could say, go to Shania Johnson, and Shania Johnson might tell you, oh, Shania, Onyx Duncan is my cousin.
Okay.
Everybody in BV is a family. But because of politics, I think that's one of the reasons why we are so much separated. But when it comes to events and different things that's probably that our goals and visions align with, we come together as a family. Unity is something that Beterverwagting is big about. We don't, once it's a BV person, we fight tooth and nail. But I want to say this generally. In order for us to move forward as a people, we have to understand understand each other's perspectives. Once we understand each other's perspective, we'll be able to give our own opinion on things, see each other from different point of view, and also we will be better in a better position to be better united and better knitted as a family. BV people, Baronians, we always have to stick together. We always have to be united.
Yeah, definitely. I want to say thanks to Mr. Onyx Duncan for taking time out of his schedule to engage us today. We're in BV, and of course, you heard a lot from one of the sons of BV. Definitely, you got to keep it locked to HGPTV. We've got a lot more for you. Stay tuned.
Easter promo alert. Tell a friend, bring a friend. 50% off for regular clients and 25% off for new clients. At Here's Zone, we personally care for your hair.
Furnishing your apartment complex. Kissoon's local and imported line of living room, bedroom, and dining room furniture will have heads turning. Shop in store today. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Say goodbye to germs with a free Sterling Super Soap automatic dispenser. That's right, get free equipment and installation of our touch-free dispenser. The perfect amount of soap every time ensures clean and germ-free hands. Refilling is quick and easy with 4 amazing fragrances: coconut, sunflower sunrise, pink blossom, and citrus zest. Call us on 265-7403.
Okay, guys, so as we continue to delve into BV and all things Beterverwagting, we thought let's talk to someone who is right in the community, part of the heart of the community. So we've invited Bishop Terry Slow to join us. How are you?
I am very well, thank you, and I'm very pleased to be on your program.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I mean, we are in our second season now of Inside Culture, and we wanted to just, talk more about Beterverwagting because that is the home of Inside Culture, the home of HGPTV, and we've heard a lot about the church that you are actually at and how much you mean to the community, how much people love your church, and we wanted to find out, a bit more about that church. So first of all, if you'd like to just tell us a bit more about yourself.
Oh, there's a lot I can say. However, I've been with HGPTV from way back in the 90s. I was a televangelist on the channel for about 7 or 8 consecutive years.
Mm-hmm.
I even acted as a news reporter for them at one point.
Wow, that's amazing.
So I was born right in the BV Triumph area.
Mm-hmm.
I grew there. I got associated with the Church of God Seventh-day when I was just 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The church just celebrated 50 years of service in BV Triumph and in Guyana.
Amazing.
And I've been with that church for 48 of the 50 years. I am from a very popular family in BV. The Slows family is very popular. I'm an author, a published author, with a book, Getting to Your Next Level. It's out there on Amazon and everywhere else.
Amazing, guys. So let's just focus on that a minute. Get into the next level on Amazon, please.
Well, Getting to Your Next Level, if you want to know about me, you can read that book. That book outlines a lot of details about my life. I am very candid and open about my life. So it talks about my childhood, my ministerial experiences, and lots about my personal life.
So it's basically an inspirational biography.
Yes.
To encourage people or just let people know more about yourself.
Yeah.
But the name of the church, guys, is the Church of God 7 Day.
Yes.
And you guys have been there, as you said, you've been there for ages. I'm not going to say it again because, showing age. But we want to find out. So, can you share any historical insights about how BV was founded, and its early religious roots?
Well, BV was founded by some slaves who decided to buy the community. And so Beterverwagting is really from a Dutch origin word meaning better expectations. And some of the earlier churches in the BV area from since in the 1800s include the Catholic Church, the Anglican Church, the Bethel Congregational Church. But BV Triumph has been a place of churches like over the years. Like I cannot count all the churches in BV Triumph on my 10 fingers.
Wow.
So classes will be held Wednesdays and Saturdays in the month of May from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And so whichever day suits you, you can register for those days. And I wonder why you keep giving me grace.
Outside, a little bit high on the feeling, can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa.
I mean, what are some of the biggest challenges facing the BV community today? From a spiritual perspective, I mean, are people as much engaged in religion as they used to be, or, they come to church as they used to?
I don't think the younger generation is so much involved in church. I mean, our church, however, have quite a lot of young people, and it has been one of the historical facts about the Church of God 7 Day. We've always been able to attract and keep young people. So there's always a group of young people there. But as a general rule in the village as a whole, I think more adults need to do some encouragement for the young people. And I think the churches in the community need to come together some more. When I was more actively involved in ministry there, and I was kind of on the low side of ministry for a decade, but I'm getting back more actively involved there.
Sorry.
What we did, we actually had formulated what we call a pastors group or a ministers committee with pastors from different denominations. We came together, we established a network, and we would get out in the community and pray for the community and do things in partnership to assist the community spiritually.
Right.
There was one time the village had a serious drug problem, and the churches came together and really prayed, and a lot happened. I've seen a lot of people who were involved in street drugs and stuff like that got converted, give their heart to the Lord. Our church, for example, we had a rehab program where we worked with a lot of guys that were in the streets and drugs and put them back into society. but I think the spiritual dynamics in BV need some energy interjecting back into it.
Right.
What is funny is that I was just recently thinking I need to get back on TV in the community because I was on for many years. And I was just thinking, I think I need to get back on TV.
You know what? I think God might have spoken to you, because I think that's true. I mean, we don't really have that on TV at the moment. We don't have that. And I think that it will be really beneficial for younger people, especially in the community, to see that back on TV again, something to watch, something to engage with. I think they miss you, man.
I would make it happen. People still talk about the programs we used to have because the programs were not only centered around the church, it was centered around the community also.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There was one time they called me the village parson, where if there was an emergency, I would come on TV and ask the community to get involved, to help. And the church have done a whole lot in the community.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we need to interject some new energy and spiritual vitality back in the community.
I think that this unity that you're talking about and the help that the church gives the community is something that I think all communities around should kind of focus on right now, especially for the young people. It's definitely needed a bit more warmth, a bit more love, a bit more encouragement in that sense. But I wanted to know, what do you think that the churches or, the other elders in the community in BV can do for the young people?
There's a lot. I think I just want to back off a little bit and take one quick second to say to probably any politician listening to this program.
Right.
We have been in the community as a church for 50 years. We've imported all kinds of things to give away in BV and beyond. We've given to several other communities. We've applied for duty-free concession for decades, and we've never received any duty-free concession as a church. We've always had to pay duties and taxes for things we import to give away. But I think the churches need to come back together again. I am more than willing, like I say, I think there is a newfound energy that on a personal note and on behalf of the church, there's a newfound energy where we want to get back to the spiritual front of the village. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to commit here on public television that I'm going to reach out to pastors across the community. Like I say, honestly, in my heart, I've been burning since last year. I need to get back on TV. I'm going to make sure it happens. I'm going to make sure that we reach out to pastors, see if we can get that organization pulled back together. Mm-hmm. And so we take on the spiritual situation in the community as a front, a general front, other than an individual group.
And just on a lighter note as well, what is your most fond memory growing up in BV?
My most fond memory. There's so much. I had a very pleasant childhood. My childhood would be my most fond memories. I was recently telling somebody, as a kid, we played so many outdoor games. So like during the school vacation time and stuff like that, we will get together as kids and we would play games after games after games. And we did not get involved in all the negative vibes that I see kids are getting involved in today.
Right.
We just played games. And so my fun memories would be playing cowboy, playing hide and seek. You might not be aware of some of them, but I know a lot of your listeners will be. We draw some pen on the floor and call it a solve game, where you play solve, you play skipping. So we went from one game to the next, and I think it's my most fun memory growing up in BV.
Amazing. Well, Bishop Slow, thank you so much for talking with us today. And I mean, we cannot wait to see you back on TV, and we'll definitely want you back here on Inside Culture again.
Well, I am always available. Please reach out to me anytime, and I'll be more than happy. I can join you live next week.
Ooh, okay. We'll be calling you. All right, take care. Thank you so much.
God bless you. It's been a pleasure.